Okay, well, hello there, friends. If you are watching, if you've managed to ride out the delay, thank you very much for your patience. I am sorry about that. The aerosoft scenery here was killing the frame rate and it was completely unflyable, so I had to eventually go out and disable it completely before it would do anything. So here we are, stand 5-3 at Manchester for a short sector to Dublin. So without any further ado, we will hop in on this beautiful evening and see if we can get to Dublin before it gets dark. As always, if you've got any questions, please say hi in the chat and feel free to ask away. It's a pretty short sector though, so I might not have a huge amount of time to answer anything that's relatively complex. So just getting the flight plan visible there. We've got an interesting step descent, but let's get on to the upper overhead and just get the aeroplane ready to rock and roll. So battery on, emergency exit lights are on, position to steady, AC power comes on, all of the lights come on, which is good. Let's get the IRSs aligning. And there they are, yaw damper on. Test the crossfeed, bright, dim, turn it off, bright, off. All the pumps can stay off. I think we're going to have to defuel the aeroplane, so I'm going to get that started now. So having a look at the fuel required, 5344, I'm happy to take 5400, so let's get that started because it's going to take a little bit of time. I think it is quicker defueling the aeroplane than it is fueling it. Let's have a look. Liverpool, so 118625 is the only, and Liverpool approach is online. And I think Dublin is online as well, which is grand, as they will say. So payload wise, let's get 156 packs. Let's just move that so you can see. Another sausage fest, great. Payload, let's try 144 up front, and let's try 2 tons in the back. Does that work? No, it still doesn't. CG, actually that's a little bit, no, so that's going to move forward. 22, let's just adjust that once more, and then we'll get on our way, so let's have 1500 in the back. And 644 at the front. Shifts that a bit forward. Okay, that's going to do. Hello, Rick. I'm sorry, I can't pronounce that, but hello. Thanks for joining. I'm really going to rattle through this relatively quickly. So we've got that payload set up. Continuing with the scan, we got to the fuel pumps, and that was what triggered me to get the defueling started rather sooner rather than later. APU is obviously off, electrical power is currently ground. No drive as we'd expect. Cabin util IFE are both on, ignore the voltmeters. Both the belts and the chimes are off. Ignition switches to the right. Cabin diff is 0. Fuel pumps can go on. Test the window heats. The window heats can come on. Trim air on, just sort the cabin out. Both packs can come on. APU bleed can come on. And we are going to set from the OFP to 60. And the elevation at Dublin is 242, so 250. And that's the upper overhead set and ready to go. Let's check. Takeoff config works. Radios are set so that we can at least transmit and receive. Water brake RTO light comes on and goes out. You can just about see it there. Hydraulic pressure we have to the FMC. What we can do is start getting the pretend punters on board. So nav data is current position. We are Echo Golf Charlie Charlie. We're at gate 53. GPS left goes into the IRS position, and we are off to Echo India Delta Whiskey. We are Ryanair 7 Delta. What message was that? Fire up your Cessna. Come to Phoenix. Not for me, not today. Route-wise, I don't think it's a particularly long route, but I'm going to save time by importing the exported one and direct to ASMIM Lima 975 to Wallasey Lima 10 PENIL Lima 28 LELDO and then Mike 145 to BAGSO, so that is correct. Wait for our clearance, so I'll pop that one on here because we don't have it yet. 0 fuel weight, that's not going to change, so that is correct. And I think we are 1.2 tons light, 57.7. Of course, that is only estimated. Having a look at our fuel information. So trip and taxi with 15-minute taxi, which should be about right for here. You can see taxi fuel there, 170. I've added 15-minute reserve as well, just in case it's busy at Dublin, but I'm not expecting too much. Our alternate is to come back to Manchester, should we need to. So, trip and taxis 1961, let's just call it 2. Reserves 2632, round up to 27, round up again to 2.8. Cost index of 6. We have an initial cruise of 260, and we have top of climb wind here 014 degrees at 49. Top of climb ISA of +1. Execute that data onto the M1 limit and we will calculate that as soon as we got the runway and the clearance. Now I can't get the ATIS because there isn't one. So we know it's 05 left because I see that's what they're using. Ooh, sorry, I'm just on the wrong window there. So let me write down the weather that I've just got from VATSIM. The METAR is from 1850. And it is an automatic broadcast. The wind is 080 at 4 knots, which is, with that, I'm surprised that they're still using 05 left. It's 10k visibility or greater, no cloud detected. Temperature 7, dew point, sorry, it's a dew point of -3. QNH 1030, no significant change, and that was the QNH we had earlier. It's a nice stable day in the UK. So if we assume that we're going to get the ASIM 1 Sierra departure, then that initial climb is 5,000, so we'll set 5,100. There are some nav aids that we can tune. We are of course going to Wallasey. We need the Manchester VOR 11355 and 114.1. Get both of those set on. B55. I'll wait for the RSs to align. And let's see Liverpool ground, Liverpool latest. So just tower for us. Right. 57 is approach. Manchester Tower, good evening, Ryanair 7 Delta. Has he forgotten about us? Anyway, times wise, 56061617 we can't depart before, just for the extra points on smart cars. We have finished fueling. So let's get the packs sat down. It's not done. Manchester Tower Ryanair 7 Delta, stand 53737-800, QNH 1030, request departure clearance to Dublin please. We done wrong. Is he coordinating? You doing something else? Cleared to Dublin via the ASMIM 1 Sierra departure 05 left, squawk 4457 Ryanair 7 Delta. So departure, it is 1 Sierra 05 left. Gonna execute that. So it is going to be initially straight ahead, left 299. And then it's 261 inbound to Wallasey. IRSs are aligned, so let's get the flight directors on, master my side. We have been cleared. We've got the QNH. So airport elevation 257, or 1257 minimum flap. So let's do the takeoff performance for the heavier weight. So looking at the takeoff minimums. It's flap 5, 22. Max of 60 degrees gives us 2932, which means we need the full length, otherwise we need to redo the performance. So 22k D rate, 60. Happy to leave that climb rate as it is there. So takeoff wind, we have 080 at 4. We will reduce thrust and accelerate at 1500. It's flap 5 departure. Trim will be at 6, and I've got 141, 141, 142, so I'm happy to take those speeds at 141 V2. Trim set 6 units there. So let's get the APU on and let's get the aeroplane. We'll get it secured in just a minute. We've got 6 minutes before we want to push. Now the arrival. The arrival that we've got is... I'm going to go BAGSO 1 Romeo. So BAGSO 1 Romeo. Don't think we're going to go via RISAP. So let's execute that. We can get the descent forecast in, 200. It's not the same as doing circuits in these though, is it? wrong window. Didn't say brake quick enough there. 0, 0. Sounds like VATSIM chaos as always. Did I get that the wrong way around? No, I did. Yes, I did. 0, 1, 0 at 7. So destination also QNH1030. Pop that in, and that's at least our descent and arrival roughly planned in, and we can adjust it as we see fit. So APU is on. And the AC is on. So let's get the stairs up, door shut, and we will get connected up. We won't be pushing that one. So we are ready to go. I think a neighbour is cooking garlic bread. I can smell garlic bread. Either that or I'm having a stroke. I hope that's not the case. So where's the little 172? It'd be fun to do circuits with him. So we could in theory go either way, but obviously going to want to go to the right. So we've got 5.4 tons of fuel.
Okay, all doors and hatches
I assume
are
you guys
closed,
can hear
ready
me
to
over
connect.
the radio and everything else, as long as you can. I will happily talk over them. So if you've got any questions, I mean it's a pretty rapid run through to get the aeroplane prepped in 20 minutes. What we do need is just to check 052. So we've got that tuned. We will get given 11857. Ryanair 7 Delta stand 5-3, request push and start. Push and start approved, face west, Ryanair 7 Delta. May have made a boo-boo there, that should have been 17, not 15, so we've got a minute before we can push.
Ground to cockpit, please show me where you want to go.
We're insistent that pushback guy, isn't he? So I think actually you'd get something like that to pop us on that hold. That is.
So connected and bypass pin inserted. Release parking brake.
Did you install? I did. What's broken about it? This is 1.4. Is it flyable? As shown, I can fly it by hand. Right, we can always divert back here, can't we? So cabin secure, secure, very, very strong carring. We are cleared to push. Break off.
Starting pushback, and you may start engines.
And we got 26902700. Off we go. It ref always shows me performance. Oh yes. That's going to be fun. I found a workaround. That's going to probably scupper me on the way in, but it's, like I say, use both the FMCs, it's not the end of the world. There you go, I felt like a genius then. Let's get that done. Hey, I mean, don't get me wrong, like, sometimes there are problems, but sometimes you also have to think a bit outside the box to solve them as well, so. Happy days. Bit rubber bandy, how's the rubber? The frame rate's tanking. Must be the dusk textures. Or is it the lights? I think it's maybe the lights. What if I turn like these down? Does that help? Oh, surprisingly it does. And I haven't been paying attention to the engine start, so the engine will be sat. Oh, I haven't actually started the engine, I just turned the packs off, so everyone else is just in the back getting warm. So, start engine number 2. Maybe I should stop talking rubbish and focus on flying a jet. So looking for 25% N2, I hope you guys can make that out. I appreciate that my resolution is less than ideal for you. 25% fuel on.
Operation complete. Set parking brake.
Okay, brake on.
Disconnecting tow. Stand by.
Didn't hear the starts cut out, but it is off. 246, stable number 2, start number 1. Happy to disconnect. Copycats. 25% and fuel on.
Tow is disconnected and bypass pin has been removed. Hand signal on the right. We'll see you next time and have a safe flight.
There is number 1 motoring. Off it goes. That'll be quite a good timing actually by the looks of things. I want to do visual circuits again. 2, 4, 6, 2 stable. Let's wait for the pin and then run through straight into the flow. There is the pin. So no anti-ice required for the departure. 2-6 set. Flap 5. Oh. Really? I want to do an overhead join in this. Again. It was rubbish earlier. So, flying control check, full forward, full aft, full left, full right, full left rudder, full right rudder. Trim 6, 6 set, equals checked before taxi checklist. I don't want to do that. So generators both on, APU is off, start switches are continuous. Propeat's on, anti-ice not required. Air conditioning, cruise set. Packs auto, leads on, isolation valve, auto, flap 5, green light. Stab trim, 6 set, 6 required. Flight controls checked, recalls checked. Rhino 7 Delta request taxi.
Continue approach 05 left 1 miles ahead, 080
And it was Ryanair 7 Delta request taxi.
Ryanair 7 Delta, not a problem at all. Taxi to Alpha Golf 1 for runway 05 left via Golf Hotel Juliet Kilo Bravo and Alpha.
So Alpha Golf 1 05 left via Golf Hotel Juliet Kilo Bravo and Alpha Ryanair 7 Delta. So we are going to have to check that. Okay, on the way we can just ask for the full length because of the D-rate. I don't want to do performance and it's pretty close. So we have been cleared. I think I know where we're going. Clear left, clear right. Brakes off. Configs checked. Bit aggressive, but... So Golf Juliet Kilo Golf Hotel. Yeah, hotel. Left here. Hotel Juliet Kilo Bravo and Alpha. Yep, so that's fine. It's basically just straight down. It sounds harder than it is. Let's get the speed back there. Just get away with us. So Juliet here. He gave that taxi clearance pretty well, didn't he? So let's get the weather up. VNav arm, LNav. And we're just going to follow this, I think, all the way down to the end, do a wee right and a wee left. Circuit on 05 left, interesting. Oh, okay. Sorry to hear that. It does, I think that is why they keep it. Oh, who is that downwind? Good, jet circuits. Yeah, that's a shame. I mean, VATSIM still does the text, but text is very cumbersome. So what we're looking at here, we've got some flashing lights, an aeroplane, a couple there. Looks like something lights up there. Oh. Is that floating again? So we are clear to the right. Shame that it appears to be floating. So on the right, in the right, even on the ground, random Tucano. So it looks like Bravo down there. Where's this guy going? So let's get the cabin secure. This guy's working real hard. Needs some help on the ground.
Okay, the cabin is secured. Have a good flight.
So the cabin's secure. We are good and happy to go. So there's something on final there. I was holding to see if he needed to clear him, I wasn't paying attention.
EV45 X the Delta push and start to pretty face south. Fortunately, 134 request IFR.
Alpha 3, Alpha 2, he's got to do all these guys' clearances as well.
Eurings 1 Alpha Romeo, go around, I say again, go around, acknowledge.
Oh, that's a low one.
Go around, go around.
Go around, go around.
Kilo, just caution, there is an aircraft here performing go around. 305 left, advise, left hand turn.
It's definitely busy.
Got Kilo, Roger, just confirm the instruction. Got Kilo, left hand orbit, there is an aircraft performing go around, 05 left. Roger, enter left, August, advise, go to take. Euro EX 1 Alpha Romeo, stand up, Mr. Approach, 05 left. Mr. Approach, 05 left, 1 Alpha Romeo.
On Air 7 Delta, request departure Alpha 1 due performance. So he wants us at Alpha Golf, which is here.
Euro EX 1 Alpha Romeo, contact Manchester radar, 1-57.
It's going to be more of a delay having to redo the performance, so I'm just going to keep going down here.
Turkish 6376, hold position. Hold position.
So I know that I'm not following this guy, and I know I'm not cleared here. But from here we're going to get held anyway. So actually, when we think about it, we could have gone to Golf Alpha Golf 1, and if this guy was being departed before us, we'd have wake turbulence to worry about. So that might have been why he put us in front to get us away first. Never mind, so that was a bad decision on my part. Never mind. Because what the controller I think might have wanted to be doing there was lining us both up, getting me ahead, and then this guy behind because of the reduced separation, so I've probably balked that. Oh well, we are where we are. So now we're just waiting at the hold.
And 3-4 Papa Mike, looks like you're doing a go around there, you're currently off the ILS, confirm? Yeah, that's correct. Right, 3-4 Mike. And 3-4 Mike, roger that traffic information, there is a light aircraft just operating to the north of the field, currently indicating 1,400.
Different. Nice dusk departure. Whoopsie. Would have been better off there with this faff. So street line is looking pretty good. Still got the ortho on, never mind.
Golf Tango Kilo, roger that. After that traffic has passed, overhead join report, right hand downwind for runway 05 left. Caution, there is other aircraft in the circuit.
Oh, come on, buddy. Let him read it back. Blocked. Earth is very flat.
Roger, Golf Oscar, Victor Foxtrot Romeo will come to me with field and sight zone transit from north to south.
That must be pretty good for noise. I hadn't realised that before.
Sorry, 069, runway 05 left, you are clear to land, surface wind 0804 knots.
Let's have a look from the tower, shall we?
Tower again, Shamrock 9010, stand 1, 2, we have information back forward.
Yeah, you'd be surprised. There's a lot of people that think it is.
Shamrock 9010, clear to Dublin, ASMIM 1 Sierra departure, runway 05 left, squawk 4430.
Just doing nothing for our delay, is it? Never mind.
Manchester Tower, Golf Foxtrot Romeo. Golf Foxtrot Romeo, stand by, break. Shamrock 9010, cleared ASMIM 1 Sierra, 05 left.
It's the clearances that are killing this guy.
That's copies, cleared to Dublin, the ASMIM 1 departure of 05, apologies, that'll be the 05 left, squawk 4430, and we'll report when ready. Shamrock 9010. Shamrock 9010, just confirm it's the ASMIM 1 Sierra.
Where's that? Ooh, it's a bit low.
Programmed in 5 right,
Dunk.
5 left, the ASMIM 1 Sierra for Shamrock 9010.
So let's get some of this turned down a bit.
Golf Foxtrot Romeo, Manchester Town, this message. Golf Foxtrot Romeo, here to straight, routing north to south, with control center. Golf Foxtrot Romeo, roger that report, overhead, sail waterpark VRP. Overhead, sail waterpark VRP.
Oh boy, those VRPs, maybe not at night.
Golf Romeo, can you just confirm for me, are you doing touch and go or full stop? No touch and go for Romeo. Golf Romeo, roger that, I'll try and get you very shortly. No worries, go for Romeo. Turkish 6376, via off 1 and line up and wait for me 05 left. Line up 05 left, Turkish 6376. Sorry, 069, welcome to Manchester, taxi stand 203.
Oh yeah, mate, come on.
Via Juliet,
Let's get going.
Papa, Delta, November Charlie.
Really doesn't help when peeps are not ready to go. Took a long time to get the old brake off there, but I suppose he was doing his line-up checks. So here is our hold. Never mind, right, so get the balls on. I'm going to pop that off because I'm going to expect to line up. So 14166 squawk set, and we just wait. That's a bad habit and a half.
Foxtrot Lima 134, are you able to accept the Pole Hill 4 Sierra departure 05 left?
So straight ahead to 2 DME, left turn track 299. Cross 6 DME above 2.5, not above 5. Then intercept 181 inbound, which is 261 to Wallasey. Then cross ASMIM at 5,000. Hello, it's just gone on behind us. No, I think it's just the sun setting, oddly. All that fuel we saved by the derated takeoff, we had wasted in the hold. Maybe he wasn't going to line us up. Yeah, never mind. Those objects are a bit unnecessary in there.
Foxtrot Lima 134,
evening of delays at Manchester. What fun. Glad we took the 15 minutes extra fuel now. GT gone.
Roger that. Easy 45 X-ray Delta taxi to holding point Alpha Golf 1 for runway 05 left via Lima, Bravo and Alpha.
You'd think approach would take this and this guy would just switch to ground. I suppose you can't with that much in there.
Clear takeoff 05 left, surfacing 004 knots. Ryanair 213, expecting landing pose, 1 miles ahead, reduced to minimum from the safe approach speed.
Didn't even see him there. There he is.
1 miles ahead, reduced to minimum safe approach speed.
So no response A. Well, this is fun. We had a holding evening last night, and we've got a holding evening tonight. Just one was in the air, one's on the ground. Oh god, we really been streaming for 40 minutes. I was hoping to just get a quick stream in. Certainly get us position and hold. Line up and wait. Oh, I think so. This guy might only be text only.
Fortunately, 134 Pampa Oscar Lima 4 Sierra 05 left squawk 5403. Control Lima 134, reback track report ready. Break, Turkish 6376, contact under control 133.7.
Wasn't the most efficient unless he wants to get someone else in, but the guy's going to struggle.
Foxtrot Lima 134, request push and start. Foxtrot Lima 134, stand by your number 2 push. Foxtrot Lima 134, second for push. Ryanair 7 Delta, via Alpha 1 line of away, runway 05 left.
Via Alpha 1 line of await, runway 07 left, Ryanair 7 Delta. S05 left. There's only one runway.
Euro 1 Alpha Romeo, continue approach 1 miles ahead, surface wind 0, correction, surface wind variable 3 knots. Continue approach number 2, 1 Alpha Romeo.
So we need to try and minimise any runway wastage here. What I'm not going to do is put the parking brake on, just as you wouldn't in reality, just in case it gets stuck.
Approaching 05 left.
Don't do that.
You're easy 45 X-ray Delta, roger that. He has been parked there for a little while. If you can do it, you're able to maneuver past him. It's not hard to get to him.
Or
On
just
runway
hit him.
05 left.
So 052, runway heading, brakes on, holding, 1940, we are late.
Ryanair 7 Delta, 05 left, clear takeoff, surface wind variable 3 knots.
Clear takeoff 05 left, Ryanair 7 Delta. So 40%. Holding on the brakes. Got 1942 takeoff.
Romeo,
Stable engines, brakes off.
Euro
Power.
A320 short 5.
Toga. Time. Forward pressure on the controls. 80 knots. Check. Neutralize the controls. Really, come Come on, the guy's talking.
081 Alpha Romeo, extending up clearance.
V1. Rotate.
So I think we could have got away with longer than that.
Positive rate.
Gear up. On to the flight directors.
081 Alpha Romeo, 5 left, 3 knots.
400.
L nav.
Ryanair 7 Delta, thank you for mentioning there, contact control 33 knots up.
London 1337, thanks very much. Great job, stay safe, Ryanair 7 Delta.
1000.
London Control, good evening, Ryanair 7 Delta. Passing altitude 150, climbing altitude 5,000 feet on an ASMIM 1 Sierra. Sorry, I had an absolute brain fart there. Flap 1. Climb flight level 190, Ryanair 7 Delta. Passing flap 1, flap up. Vulkan 19. Now technically that should be a climb now if you wanted us to disregard the SID, but I'm going to out into vent to make sure that we do go. Passing flap up, flaps up, no lights, water brake off, gear up and off, start switches off. Course checked. Nice evening. Now that should be 299, so interesting that we are not tracking that. Ah, we got the popping lights again. How's the frame rate doing? Still good. Pumps on. Nice dusky approach. So Shannon's still on, thankfully. FM, Ryanair 7 Delta. Climb flight level 220, Ryanair 7 Delta. So that's our final cruise. There'll be a bit of a fuel penalty there, I think. Set once, set twice. That has moved on and given us 250 knot limited climb, which is fine. Checked, set. Interesting, so it determined that as a calculated point rather than a track. So we don't need the Manchester VRR anymore, but we are going to track it down to Wallasey. Might need to get those extended lights again because it does look a bit rubbish when they just stop. But it is pretty cool. Although, like I said, I'm not sure that all the country roads would have street lights on, but minor limitations. So we're approaching flight level 100. Airplane should bug, climb. 285, accelerating, 4 pumps. Cruise is set, airplane is pressurizing. X released. We're on our way. Redirect LELDO, Ryanair 7 Delta, thanks. So let's direct that and see how it goes. Saved us a bit. So inbound to Dublin, we need the Dublin VOR 1149. And we need that because it's the MSAs for Dublin. 1030 set before top of climb. Should we try that again? So we are not using reserve fuel. Just still got that spurious message. There's all this weirdness going on over here. Ugh. Very odd. What is that? Really, really weird. So I think we will be given to Shannon 12575. Plus that was it. 3257 set, which is good, and Dublin 8 is 124525. So Dublin VOR, the missed approach is 278. 098. I should have gone the other way. .442 is the minimum runway 10. Just about got all that, I think. Passing 200, last 10 check. Diff of 7, cabin of 2, climbing very gradually. It's going to be a very low climb altitude, cabin altitude today. As we passed 100, we should have turned all the lights off. Idiot, managed to forget that. We are on our way. We might get a shorter arrival.
1,000 to go.
I would have been able to outclimb that guy. That was why he didn't want us. Going over the top. Who is this guy and why is he so slow? Shamrock 603. What's up with him then? A320? Weird. We are closing pretty well. So we're planned 403. It's 359. We're literally closing at 100 knots. So cruise-wise, 287. I'll tell you what, that's one thing I did do, isn't it? It still thinks we're in climb because I didn't. set at cruise. It's only a 2 knot difference there. Whoops. Should have remembered to do that. Why is he flying so slow? Weird. Really weird. I mean, we're tight on our fuel. That should look like an A320. Doesn't feel like we're closing at 100 knots, but... What is this? This is awful. Shimmery awfulness. This guy. Really? So, do we have ground at Dublin? Yes, we do. So yes, that does go to the wrong page. 0.9 off of there gives us 60.9. So let's do our performance landing calcs. Away 10 07009. Bingo. Now I'm sure that it said the temp was 5. 030. And we think it's going to be 60.9. No change on those. So that should give us Sierra 1, which is less than ideal. I don't really want to go to all the break 3. What difference is flap 40 going to make? 2117. That might get us off of Sierra 2. So let's do flap 40. Auto brake 2. And that guy is descending because... Didn't you cleared to that, I'm sure. Dublin 132.575, thanks for the service, stay safe, run 07 Delta. Pretty sure it wasn't clear to do any of that. Yeah, that's what we've got. Lovely, good evening, Ryanair 7 Delta. Flight level 220, information Oscar, expecting BAGSO 1 Romeo. We're inbound Lambo, which would help. Roger, Ryanair 7 Delta. So, probably should have read that back. So, Nekil and Rizab. Let's have a look. I want to make sure there's no discontinuity in there. Okay, can live with that. It's going to get us a little bit low. So it's definitely VMC. We'll do 4 miles. We'll do 10 miles. And that'll do us. Now one thing we could do for fixes as well is to put in the MSAs. Just going to bring the throttles back there, we'll get going to descent in a moment. So if I were to do 333, 25, should be, there is nothing wrong with that. Well, let's just try 333, 049. Those up. Maybe because I put the other one in. Let's delete all that out. Just leave the other one. I just thought that would be interesting to see. Put those fixes on. So, start switch is continuous. Pop the engine anti-ice on. Ryanair 7 Delta request descent. Roger, Ryanair 7 Delta. 280 or greater, Ryanair 7 Delta. Oh yes, Shannon is on now. Descent flight level 150, Ryanair 7 Delta. Okay, so he's getting the separation because we were overtaking. There's the airplane descending. Oh, fixes. Redirecting Ikran, Ryanair 7 Delta. So interesting that we're not getting 280. The aeroplane is respecting the path. So we could end up a little bit high energy on this. But the descent profile we've got has... leave that restriction in there. Yes, so there is that element segment. Descent flight level 80, Ryanair 7 Delta. So there are no other restrictions. Those aren't hard restrictions, so we're happy with that. sure that is incorrect. Nope, still not doing it. So I should maintain. Okay, that's because we're in a path, but I still want to maintain the path. I would just also like to maintain the speed. You have to read up on that, so that's my glitch. So let's revert to something a little bit more manual. We are going to have to lose some of that. I think it would be possible to pop in a target of 280, but on a short trip like this, it's a bit of messing about, especially when there's only one of you. Not below 250, Ryanair 7 Delta. Speed to Shannon 131.150, thanks for the service, take care, Ryanair 7 Delta. Shannon Ryanair 7 Delta, not below speed 250 knots, passing flight level 152, descending flight level 80, direct to Ekron. See doubling out there. Continue descent, level 80, Ryanair 7 Delta. So we can peg that there. A little bit of speed brake, sort this out. It's probably smart taking a P-brake. So not below 250, that is fine. So we're back on profile there with a little bit of help from the speed brake. A little bit of an increase there, so let's, there we go, get a green banana on the restriction. Direct Echo Ryanair 7 Delta. That's a proper straight line, isn't it? Now, do we want to, yes, I think we do want to try and get back on that profile, which is going to be a struggle. Let's get the speed brake out. It's about all we can do. I don't really want to increase too much. The airport over there to me. whatever it is. Makes me chuckle. Approach 121.1, thanks for the service, stay safe, Ryan 7 Delta. So 1186 tuned, 4 tower, ready to go. Dublin approach, good evening, Ryanair 7 Delta passing, flight level 93, descending flight level 80, direct Neckhill. Continue, Ryanair 7 Delta. So start switches should have gone back to off, but didn't. Pop the anti-ice on because we are going to roll up through this cloud. 250 is fine. Back on profile, we are happy. Right, 7 Delta request further descent. Roger, I'll probably need a little bit, a few more track miles for Ryanair 7 Delta. Descent altitude 5,000 feet, QNH 1031, Ryanair 7 Delta. So, down we go, set. One thing I have done is set the approach frequency, which is 108.9 because I didn't do an approach brief. And I didn't get the chart up, so 108.9098, 3000 at Gannet, minima 442 set, repeat complete. There we are, back on profile. I see what I was trying to do. This should work out quite nicely for us. Continue descent altitude 3,000 feet, QNH 1031, Ryanair 7 Delta. So, India Delta Echo, we have set. Speed 230, Ryanair 7 Delta. Get the breakout for that. And we'll keep the speed breakout to keep us coming down. All the noise and vibration maker, as it is also otherwise known. Sure, can you expedite an A320? I'm not familiar with the type. So that's looking pretty good. We may need some more speed brake to get in. 186 tuned. Echo direct RISAT, Ryanair 7 Delta. So the aeroplane will fly that quite happily. That profile change is pretty bad. So we are going to pop Speed 210 knots from RISAP, cleared ILS 10 Wilco Ryan SF Delta. Thanks, it should be a Zibo
1,000 to
20.
go.
So we are trying to bring that speed back. Let's get that out. So let's get the heading matching. Full lock armed. 210 we are bringing back. Actually I think panic over because we didn't need to make that restriction. That was just me being a bit distracted there. We could have continued with no speed brake quite a long way out. Tuned, identified. Localizer alive. Localizer capture. We're going to want to flap 1 by 10 miles. Just under that cloud so we can get the anti-ice off. So there's the glide slope. There's 10 miles, so let's get flap 1 and match speed. A little bit of a mess. Not terrible. Should have armed the approach slightly earlier than that. Ryanair 7 Delta established, 9 miles, RLS 10. 160 until 4 tower 118.6. Thanks for the service. Stay safe, Ryanair 7 Delta. So 166 we can just about manage. Ground is 1218. W tower, good evening. Ryanair 7 Delta established, RLS 10, 8 miles.
2,500.
Continue approach, Ryanair 7 Delta. So we're just about maintaining that, which is not... There we go, it's just coming back.
Departure,
160 until 4 suits us, that's when we're going to configure. So, nice and stable. So, approaching 4 miles. Gear down. Clear land runway 10, Ryanair 7 Delta. So, speed brake armed, auto brake 2, holding on the landing flap, gear down 3 green, start switch is continuous, cabin secure, recall checked. I think that's the landing checklist complete. Let's go flap 25. Stable by 500 is our minimum. And let's go flap 40. 141. Let the airplane stabilise. People have been saying it's been a bit twitchy. It flies it better than I do. So auto throttle's out.
Approaching 10.
Let's just see if we can't maintain that.
500.
Continue. low, squeeze the power, just get that
300.
attitude correct by pitch.
Approaching minimums. 200. Minimums.
Continue.
100. 50. 40. 30. 20. 10.
Oh, that was a thump. Anyway, speed brakes up, reverses out. 80 knots. Manual braking.
4,000 feet remaining.
We didn't need flat 40. I don't know what the calculator was talking about there. Did I get the weights in wrong?
3,000 remaining.
Because that looks like our high speed exit. Ugh. Right, SM Delta vacated. Sorry, I think I stepped over myself there. Straight ahead, taxi Whiskey 1, hold short 1634, run SM Delta. Ground 1218, thanks very much for the service, stay safe, run SM Delta. Let's get the airplane cleaned up. Let's transfer to ground. It gets very busy all of a sudden on the ground. I thought I'd started the stopwatch. We're not going to do a single engine taxi. Ground, good evening, Ryanair 7 Delta, taxiing Whiskey 1, holding short 1634.
Ryanair 7 Delta, double ground. Very good evening, cross runway 1634, Fox outer, link 5, down 121.
Cross 1634, Fox outer, link 5, stand 121, Ryanair 7 Delta. Good, lights off. That's done. Weather's off, airport's off, that's reset. Have a look at the systems. Apps off. Brakes alright. Brakes up.
Approaching.
Flaps up.
3, 4.
Transponder. Stand by. Clear left. Clear right. So Vamsis says that was a 335 landing. Zibo says the landing was great. I'll take that. So Fox outer is this one. It's a bit quick. 121 I think is over here. What's the frame rate doing here? Better than Manchester, that's for sure. So we came on at link 4. Gonna start the APU. Fox outer it is. This should be link 5. They're not. Good check, round we come. 121 is the first on the left, although there is a 121 left, so it's the first stand proper on the left. Did somebody just spawn into it? If they did, we'll just carry on to something that is available. Okay, maybe they didn't, so we should be alright. Turn off lights off. It's 121, cool. So that airplane isn't on our stand. Lots of Ryanairs and random Lufthansa. Squeeze the power as we just come onto the stand, whack off the light. Turn off the light, phrasing. I got that a bit wrong. Yeah, alright, mate. Does help having the old marshallers. So, on stand, 2023, stand by, oh, engines, 2 blues, 1 red, engine dead. Thanks for the service, see ya. APU can go off. Let's get the chocks on, door open, let's get the punters out. Ladies and gents, welcome after a pretty delayed service to Dublin. We've got 1720, 1730 fuel on board, so we have used 0.98 on both. And here we are. Hey, that's alright. Not bad bit of parking. We're actually at a very busy Dublin. Look at all that company traffic sat there. So, 36-minute flight. Took ages to get here. Bit of a thud. No extra points for that. But Zibo said it was good, so I'll go with his judgment. Anyway, guys, thanks if you have been watching. What can I say? I'm not sure if you learned anything there apart from maybe think about if you're going to get held and you've got to do the performance. That if there's an aeroplane in front of you, maybe it's worth going to the hold that you were assigned originally. It might have helped. I don't think we would have got away any quicker. And then inbound, just remember those restrictions because there was a level segment. I could have taken that relatively quickly. So descent planning was a little inefficient, and for some reason I watched the video again, but the landing weights seemed off, and even if I was a ton heavier, I can't imagine that it would have been that bad. I did think it was strange that it said we needed flap 40 for that runway for the high-speed exit. We really didn't. We could have taken flap 30 with auto brake 2 and been just as happy. So maybe there's something squiffy going on with the calculator, but hopefully you learned something. Even if you didn't, I hope you enjoyed it. So thanks for watching, and I will probably see you again tomorrow. For now though, take care, stay safe, and I look forward to flying with you again soon. Bye bye for now.